Welcome to Schrodinger's Cast. I'm here with
Clay,
Will,
and me, James, and today we're going to be talking about
whatever
we want.
current topics mostly, and then what do we like? Some history, some beliefs,
A nice little
and
mix.
then basically what social observation.
Social observations. But mainly hoping for the end of the world eventually.
Yes.
Right. In one way or another.
Just the apocalyptic solar storm.
Apocalyptic solar storms. Apocalyptic solar storms is the goal here. All right. So, I know we we've had a lot of topics we wanted to bring up this week. Which one would you guys like to start with? What do you think is the one you want to kick today off with?
Well, Miami's the closest.
Let's start with Miami.
So-
Let's
roll with the big gray aliens that like the most jacked up state in the union.
We'll start with
It's like they do know there's alligators and Florida men down there, right?
Miami. What was the mall? Is what it was? Was that a mall?
Yes.
Let's go there. All right.
How about aliens at mall? Police say LOL. Let's get it from the non-biased center of news.
NBC News. Police say LOL. This is good.
They identify.
All right. Let me get rid of
Peacock,
this.
we got all the colors. Which one do you want to look at? We'll give you whatever flavor you like.
Let me do this real quick. Miss,
Wait,
man.
isn't it Marky Mark and the other guys where he's like, I'm a peacock, I got a sword. And he's like, peacocks don't fly.
All right, there we go. So we got aliens at Miami Mall. Police say LOL. All right, so the videos I did see looked very... Okay, so the first thing I'm going to start off with the cameras and technology we have today, the footage we have from what appears to be, for me, from a helicopter that's just hovering over the ground a couple hundred feet in the air and zooming in with a camera, seemed pretty shitty for a camera that of today's age. You know what I mean?
That's decent drone footage.
Was it drone footage on
That's
Halo?
gotta be a drone. That's some independent drone. That's not
Independent drone. That would make more sense if it was an independent drone.
Yeah.
A lot more sense.
Yeah, it's somebody who sent up his Mavic or something like that real quick and
All right, so they're
said, hey, I
saying
can sell
that
some footage for
50
$5,000
teenagers caused a riot at a Bayside Marketplace.
Okay, so it's an outdoor mall.
Setting off fireworks led to panic. Some assumed there was a shooting going on. Crowd control due to the juveniles refusing to leave. So that was the reason for 100 and something police officers. Right?
Okay.
And then, go ahead.
So is this like can we get a overhead view? Is this like a boardwalk mall? Is this like an outdoor outlet mall on a boardwalk?
Outdoor. Yeah.
Okay.
That's the gist that I get from the videos.
So I didn't look up anything, so I don't know what.
Let's see.
I haven't looked up a whole lot of things, but this morning just seems to be what filled everything.
Well, the surprising thing to me is that nobody got any video of any sort of fireworks. But are they talking just like they're throwing, M1000s or Black Cats, or are they setting off Roman candles and artillery shells? Because, I don't screw around with fireworks unless they're an artillery cell or larger. Like, I want the bang.
Bayside Marketplace. I want actually like a let's go.
Go to Google.
I'm going to Google Maps.
Or go to all, and then you can go to Maps, can't you?
What?
I was gonna say, I think you go to all, and then it goes to Maps. Marketplace.
There it is.
All right, hit your satellite view.
Yeah. Where the fuck is that? I don't use Google Maps a lot.
It's probably the. Well, get rid of your little window over there. And then go. I think.
There it is. Layers.
Yeah.
It was behind the window.
No, you did terrain, I think.
More. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, you got it. So it's
Okay,
pretty
parking garage, and then like basically like this is how the schools were in Florida too. Like the doors to the stores could probably go in, but the walkways and everything else is outside.
Yeah, it's like
so that it's a mall that has like areas to eat, covered areas probably if it's raining.
Bunch of prissy ass people. Like we got nice weather and an ocean that's actually
we can afford to leave our stores outside almost all year long, right?
Yeah. Well, it's because a hurricane remodels it every 4 years,
Yeah.
so it's like
okay, so that's what it looks like.
Every remodel should be like.
And then I want to see.
Farm.
All right, so then I want to see the video footage. All right, this is from Miami, NBC.
Teens spreading panic at Bayside Marketplace. Groups lighting fireworks and damaging stores. A man of Placentia sought downtown before a man and several teens have been arrested.
Yes, Sean. 4 teens.
Yes, they have.
16 years old.
Sorry.
What was that, Gollum?
No, I don't know, man. She just looking at her eyes were big, her head was back up. It's just the way she looked from the camera.
Major police response.
She wasn't quite ready, I don't think.
A massive police response at Bayside.
I mean, it must have been a slow day in Miami.
It's New
look
Year's.
how limited traffic is.
It's New Year's.
What
It's not
time
a
did it-
slow
what
day.
time? What time did
This
it
was
happen?
New Year's Day?
Yes.
Like New
Day.
Year's Eve night or New Year's Day?
The next day.
So the first.
So
Yeah.
this was the night
First to
of
the second.
Because
I
it's all
think-
dark.
We'll confirm that in a second.
Causing damage inside
What had to be?
and just creating panic for people inside Bayside. As officers tried to control the situation, they had to shut down Biscayne Boulevard for 6 blocks until the all clear was given. We are not reporting their names because they are minors, but 4 teens between the ages of 14 and 16 years old were arrested during the weekend.
4 kids.
Now, calm a day later, tourists and those who live in South Florida weighed in on what happened.
A little bit worried about the security in the area. I have a baby, a student,
Bro.
so I think could be like dangerous for families that visiting around here.
It just happens to sound like a Ukrainian or something, to relate to.
Point.
Later in the night, a group of 50 teens also caused a disturbance at a nearby 7-Eleven. One victim in the chaos told police that.
Okay, so that was the same video they're saying for the mall or for the 7-Eleven. So which is it?
I mean,
So they're playing.
somebody dumps all that shit. That's the worst part. It's like, I think that's one of the worst parts. Is like, we all just, it's like.
Violence. The other 2 are facing a host of charges, including burglary, grand theft, battery, and resisting an officer without violence.
14-year-olds?
President of the Downtown Neighbors Alliance had a statement about Monday night's situation with Shredded Park. A concerned resident mistook the fireworks detonations for gunshots and reported an active shooter, which led to the head.
We have distrust for the news. That's a good narrative. And the video isn't very conclusive now, is it?
No, it's ignorance. Dude, the people that seem to pump out the news anymore,
Someone took a bunch of footage. Someone took a bunch of footage of what happened and edited it down to 2 clips of people fighting, 2 clips of people running, and cops everywhere. 4 teens being arrested for 100 and something plus 90% police.
Yeah, that's
presence.
ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Hold the fuck on.
Yeah, it's
Hold the fuck on. You have over 100 police officers for 14 and 15 and 16-year-olds, and you arrest 4. That doesn't make sense on any fucking level to me. For fireworks or anything. I didn't see any fucking fireworks. I didn't see anything being. I saw a fight, like a high school looking fight between a bunch of kids and a bunch of kids running.
We were shown
Oh yeah,
fight.
That's what, yeah.
With no designation as to a location in that video as to where they were.
But they're all fighting with each other.
It's just a teenage brawl. How do you know that didn't happen in L.A.
Well, I mean,
3
I'm
years
sure
ago?
we could- I
And
mean,
that's
you
where that
could-
video.
Well, that's
came
just
from.
saying. Like, if you,
That'd be pretty easy to disprove for a news outlet to do. So that,
But they've been caught doing it, especially with the war in Ukraine.
Well,
This
shit.
old, like using video game footage on the news,
Good
but it's from a
point.
video game.
that's what people on
Like
social
that,
media
that
do.
it happens and it gets used. And I'm not saying it's nefarious every time and accidents happen or somebody gets
it's
the wrong
laziness. I think a lot of laziness.
It's a lot of there's a lot of factors in it.
But I think on
But the
something like
story,
this,
okay, in light of Florida taking a very right stand, right side stand, we're not tolerating this. I would say, okay, yeah, you sent out a mass text, mass communications, and you had that kind of response because it was such a slow time. But that doesn't answer. Where was the power outage at the same time? Where did that overlap? And why were airplanes?
Was there a power outage?
No
but
landing.
who says that? Who says that?
And no, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, who says
I
that?
don't hear anything
That
about power
one lady, that
Well,
one lady,
There's always,
the
there's
one lady.
always the one person.
He looks like a weirdo, if you want my honest opinion.
You gotta take all the information, which is, okay, so here's the main story. 4 teens get arrested for causing a disturbance, mistook fireworks for a live shooting situation. Okay, you need to react accordingly. Okay, that's the story. Turned out to be no big deal. That's great. So why are they saying aliens?
Because
Where's the
but
aliens
who
story
says that?
coming from?
Nobody that I heard was.
But the news is saying it's not aliens, so there's somebody. It was
Well,
trending.
because
All right, let's go
That's
into
the-
Why
the
aliens?
first
What's
thing-
the story?
You want to go to Forbes, New York Times?
Because they talked about. Okay, let's go to whichever one's the oldest.
2 days, 1 day, 2 days. Well, let's go. Let's start with.
Let's do Mashable.
Let's do
Sure.
Mashable.
Let's throw them into the mix.
All right. And this is coming shortly after the government did just announce aliens are real. So let's take that into account. That shouldn't be. It shouldn't be discredited because the government just said they were real. Not only our government, Mexico's government agreed that aliens were real. So
They see a lot of aliens.
they must be real now. This is live. This is footage right here.
No.
Can I click on this?
Can I take you back to the literally video?
Explain what happened tonight.
I don't think that's okay. I don't understand how it went into a video about the NFL, but let's just keep on.
It's
going.
all connected, man. Aliens,
It's all
NFL. Well, the NFL, I think, is ridiculously a weird sort of.
People are saying it's just shadows, no creatures.
Okay, so this is my thing. I didn't look up anything on the mall. I thought, man, wouldn't it be cool? Like, I've looked at my house and what I would like to do for audiovisual, and I've looked at projectors. You can get such tiny little decent projectors now that are not much bigger than your phone. Like, a portable office projector. I was like, dude, if you were decent enough with, the little bit I've had to deal with the Adobe trying to do stuff for the beginning credits, I was like, I've seen what other people that can do with stuff with the Adobe.
Yeah.
It's like, it would take nothing for somebody to put one of those up somewhere, up in a corner where nobody usually looks, and just catch something. And you could sit way over, be like the old man or the bored husband sitting in the couch, or the old lady or whoever, and just hit play every once in a while and wait for some sucker to walk by and see if they see it.
Yeah.
And then just turn it off before they get over there to be able to figure out where a light source is coming from.
Nice point. Well, good point. Good point as far as an easy way to disprove things that can be projected and the technology that's out there now to do those things. It's a very good point.
Based
Yeah,
off the
I like
technology
the
that
malls, so
we
I
have
think this
available.
sounds like a good idea for another video we could do for pranking people at the mall.
It's a warm-up test. I think there's more to this story than they said.
Well, wouldn't that
It
be
was a
funny?
dry run. It was a practice run.
That's hilarious.
Well,
Yeah.
I'd say this was I think a test and a react practice run, setting some seeds in the psychological aspects of the whole alien agenda.
The numbers,
you
like,
can't come out and do this stuff.
What doesn't just add up to me is that the fact that what is being said happen is logical. Like that's something that could happen. Like, I mean, I lived in Florida as a kid, and our school had a riot, and it was because they were trying to make the seniors behind us
suck conch cells.
No, go to school an extra year. You had to have 32 credits to graduate instead of 28. So they were basically, if they didn't take extracurricular activities and do over summer school, they weren't going to graduate in 4 years. Unless, you know, it's like they were going to 32 credit system. And so all the kids below the seniors, which I was a senior at the time, rioted and just trashed the fucking school, and cops came, and all the seniors are just kind of egging it on and enjoying it because it didn't matter to us. And, you know, like, so, like, if that makes sense, like, okay, kids just being kids and having fun, doing crazy shit. The police presence does not equate to that. Even if it was a shooting. Let's say there was a Miami mall shooting. When's the last mall shooting you remember? I'm sure there's
the guy that popped the dude that came out of the bathroom.
Where was that?
That's the last one I remember.
Where was that?
Ohio or
in Ohio? Okay. How many people? Was it? I mean, like a mass shooting. Last mall mass shooting you remember? And it's probably.
Well, that would have. Well, I mean, it just depends on what you want to look, because that would have been a thorded one.
Okay, but let's look up.
There was one recently.
Well, okay, so this is what I'm saying. We could go back to the.
Well, I just have a point. Let me get across, and then I'll keep going. Mass mall shooting.
What I would say is, like, where you are in Florida, the day after New Year's, it would be a spectacular time for somebody to do something, you know, nefarious. And so I'm sure, like, they're like, nah, bro, we're not gonna mess around. It's New Year's Day. We're gonna send
that's where I think
every cop's going.
Every cop's going.
Yeah,
We're not.
It's like we ain't got shit going on. We have a full budget already this year. It's day one. Let's get all this overtime in early.
But I want to entertain. Okay, so why are they saying aliens?
Here's one in Greenwood Mall in Germany. Is that right?
There it is, Allen, Texas.
There's one in Allen, Texas.
Year, and that's why I'm saying
wait,
one here
go up.
Last year.
The food court of the Greenwood Park Mall shooting 5 people, 3 fatally. FBI, it's not Germany. Why does it say German? With German Reich what?
He was fascinated with the German Reich.
Okay. Okay. So that's one recently, and then one in Texas.
Go down. Is this the one where the dude shot him?
He left the bathroom and fired 24 rounds with a 6-hour
M400. It's basically an AR style rifle.
Okay.
And then Elijah Dickens, a bystander to the mall, shot him with a 9mm and killed him.
Okay. So.
Yeah. So that's the guy.
How many police do you think showed up to that? Over 100 or under 100? I'm just trying to get a point across. Over or under 100, please.
Under.
The one in Texas where the dude started shooting like kids and adults.
So what's the population of the area, and where's it at? This is
Miami because it's a populated area.
No,
you're saying there was that many police because of the area.
Well, yeah, I mean that's one thing to look at is like how many people, like where is that in Miami? Because you could probably, I'm sure, zoom out. And I bet you could look and see where are the police stations around there. Find at least one.
Okay, maybe.
And then you could figure how many police are patrolling a certain area. If it's a high traffic area, I guarantee you there's at least double the patrol in that area as opposed to you going up to like whatever, some other spot in Florida, Kissimmee or some shit like that.
Okay, so that might be a good point as to like why there's so many police. But if it was that's a stretch to say it's a bunch of kids fighting and throwing fireworks with sticks or whatever, and then someone says I think it's a mass shooting, and then all of a sudden there's 100 cops there.
I agree. Well, since we all love space so much and atmospheric observance, what was there a launch going by?
Why would that matter?
Well, didn't they? I mean, I don't think there's anything going on with SpaceX. Most of those are out of Texas now, I think, except for the the heavy.
Oh, you're saying the popping noises could have been from a launch?
No. But I mean, no, for the aliens. Why would the aliens be around? Do you think the aliens are like, bro, I'm gonna go get some dope shit at the fucking Miami Mall. Let's go scare a bunch of fucking tourists.
All right. So in that
teenagers
aspect, I could argue the fact that in that aspect and the respects of the show, if we're gonna be really about it, you could argue the fact that it was another species that's never been here before, and they just touched down and they're like, "What the fuck's up? Where am I?" And then they know they can't get hurt. They don't know shit about the ones that been here 100 years. They're just new ones, and they're like, "Hey, what's up? We heard this new spot," and they're just walking around checking the shit out. They know we can't fuck with them. It's like, "Oh, let's go check out fucking Miami." Makes the same sense to me. It's like, oh, you know.
Yeah.
If we were interplanetary species and we humans all the time with the different planets that had fucking other species of intelligent life on them, and you'd never been to this one before, and you just touched down in someone's neighborhood, you were in the wrong spot, you didn't know. It's like, oh shit, I'm in Miami at the mall. I meant to go, like, how the fuck do you know? You never been there before? Is there a tour guide? No, you just do what you want.
But that assumption leads to the fact that whatever planet you're landing on probably has already had interstellar travel between other.
Oh yeah, or maybe not. Maybe
but then you would have a bunch of people be like, "Oh fuck, man, who's this new one?" And then they have a fucking riot and fucking blast.
It'd be like, I'm sure like the alien equivalent of going to a dive bar. It's like, oh, we don't go here much, but they got some good shit down there. It's like, it's kind of shitty. It's kind of shitty.
On there.
It's kind of shitty, and you might get shot at, but they got some good shit down there. That's how I think.
Okay, yeah. All right. So what else we got besides the Miami?
Right, the Miami's fucking
Space Rangers.
Putting a fucking cross in Miami. I'm gonna go ahead and say no aliens, no aliens, no aliens.
I would say no aliens in Miami as of currently. We will wait for the mall security camera footage to come out.
Which will never come out.
There's several things.
There's not enough footage. There's not enough footage.
And that's why I was waiting for you, because I'm not on social media.
There's not enough footage.
Where's the social media?
There's no footage. There's no footage of people recording with their own phones.
Okay, that's a red flag to me.
That's a huge red flag.
That's a red flag.
That's a huge red flag. There's nobody just going. No one was live on fucking Twitch. No one was live on Twitch. No one's live on YouTube.
Set up a projector.
Yeah.
Look further into it. What they're claiming is the alien. This is the entity somebody found through the news feed blip in front of the line of the cars. There is what looks like.
I have that video.
Okay.
I saved that video.
So you got that video.
All right. Click it.
That you take in his.
I have it.
Taking your projector and you listen to people's stories when they talk about it. And what I heard was atmosphere and light. I mean, there's some keywords that stood out with the concept that I looked.
What I heard was that they looked like they were shape shifting or teleporting.
Training. Like Project Blue Beam, like they're going to check out some technology in the reaction. So what started off as some punk kids and some fireworks easily could have pinballed, started, claimed it was fireworks.
We now have an availability to
and people here, and it's a run to see how people react to the technology, of a hologram projection.
That would almost mean you'd have to have it like staged up and ready to go.
But and that's, talking about aliens coming from another planet, there's a lot of assumptions you have to make. You have to draw a lot of, lines that this is what I believe in to believe that aliens come from another planet.
Where is that?
Yeah.
I don't believe that. I believe more that we do have an infrastructure
to
project these holograms, that technology is that far. Forward. You got to see how people are going to react. You got to see how the technology is working. And part of the whole, to make it really work, I think a big part of the shutdown was the continuation of an infrastructure to support the.
But you have to have. But I mean, that's the whole thing that gets me about the hologram thing. Like I can understand projecting it out, but it's like for our Halloween stuff, have a projector that we use. And it works great, but you still have to have something to cast it on.
Or fog.
So what
would you? But that's
now, okay, hold on. That's when you said fog. Now, when you look at that video,
but that's what I'm saying.
It's all foggy in there. But when you look at the camera footage that the videos on, like the news videos, that looks clear. Where's the fog? But now all of a sudden you've got this and you've got fog. So was there fog, or was there a fog bank that allowed the light to reflect? Because they were reporting these 10-foot dark. Look like 3-layered lights, like they would be here and then they'd be over here and then be over here. So literally, I could see how this could have been a practice run or a trial run, or, you know, and you had this response because you had people actually firing their self-defense weapons at what they thought was coming at them. And that absolutely. So you get.
Well, I haven't heard anybody being arrested for firearms.
Nobody, but they were trying to detain everybody, and everybody was slipping out. That's another part of it. So it's, see how grainy, how.
Why is that's why I watched this video. I'm like, why is the quality so fucking shitty?
Like I can guarantee you, with the population density of that area, you would have a shit ton of cops in it.
I would.
Like it's been a very long.
I absolutely agree with that, man. And the date and timing, zero tolerance response. Absolutely, I agree. I'm not trying to justify that the police response was not unjustified.
I didn't want this. I wanted the actual video.
Well, and another thing that's kind of concerning is, are they going to release any video footage, security footage, to verify it, because it has to do with teenagers? Now,
That's what I saw too. That's
legally
funny.
in the minor.
If it doesn't matter if it's a minor, if it's an overhead view like this.
No, I'm talking about inside view of them.
That's not the video. This is.
It'd be interesting to follow up and see what.
Where's the video I watched? Maybe YouTube will give you some justice. Right here. There it is.
That's fake. It's so fake.
Where do you see it?
It's so fake. I mean, what did he do? Zoom in on his phone to get that, and then like screen capture it?
So bad.
Like, bro, enhance. And
the one I saw even looked better than that. So that's so you know, like it's like no, but yeah.
I wouldn't.
We'll call.
I would rather entertain the idea that phase shifting, teleporting beings from another planet came to Miami, other than 150 cops showed up for a bunch of teenagers.
Yeah,
I'd rather take that narrative.
I don't think you're gonna get the satisfaction from that one today.
Yeah. So.
All right, on to the next topic. We have.
They've canceled me for talking about Harvey Weinstein before the thing came out, but he offered to suck my penis in front of
let's
all
pause
my
it real
people.
quick. All right, so since we can see his chain, yeah, you're right. It does have compass on it. So it's a compass.
It says folk woke, right?
So it is a compass. It's not like I couldn't tell that it had like north, south, east, west, and then it has.
But it's in the shape of a ship's.
Yeah,
wait.
It's still in the shape of a ship's mast.
Why does is that a letter being skipped between the W and O and the F and the O? Or I can't tell.
I can't tell.
It might be an R.
I think it's just supposed to be like a wordplay, like fuck woke. So it's
F-U-F. No,
because it's like three lines.
I'm missing this one.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know if that's just artistic liberty. Because if you also look at it, I mean, there's obviously like either small diamonds or print on it. I would say those are diamonds. But the fact that they went to the point of giving the groove.
I'll tell you what. Let's before we even get started.
But no, the other thing
look up
is that gold and or diamond and black diamonds, and is there a certain pattern? Because he does enough stuff already.
Let's do this before we even get into it.
Katt Williams chain.
Woke folk versus sleep.
Versus sleep sheep.
Okay. That's what it is. Woke folk.
Or yeah. All right. There's a TikTok one down there. You wanted to hit it.
This one?
Yeah. Why not? We'll see what somebody else chimes in on this real quick.
Okay.
Fans noticed Katt Williams' necklace speaks.
No, okay. 10 seconds. All right.
Fans noticed Katt Williams' necklace speak.
All right.
Darby, that's even funnier.
So it's multiple shapes, and you're into shapes and meanings. That's, you know, not too. It looks more to me like a captain's wheel, but.
Well, I mean, but it could be if it's just an image, you know. Yeah, I'm sure we're not saying he's a pirate.
Yeah,
that's my personal deep dive as to what really is a pirate and how what a true pirate belief has changed through time.
Okay, so
Captain now.
let's see.
All right, well then let's skip on that. All right, but so what we were talking about was
It's woke folk, but it's fake woke.
But is he like? Yeah, but is he like? Oh, okay. I don't think it's okay.
She's calling people fake woke, I think, by wearing it. You woke folk are fake woke. That's what I think I think the play on words is supposed to mean. I might be wrong, but I think that's what it's saying.
I don't know. We'll wait.
I don't know.
We'll wait and hear on. I would say it would be a wordplay of fuck woke, as opposed to woke folk.
Well, it's
Because
interesting.
if I would say folk and I hear that, I typically would think of like folk, like a bunch of people, or you know, like that's your folks.
Let's see what he says. Let's see what he says in this.
At my agency. What am I supposed to do? He did all of that. I'm thinking I'm the only black person on the script. I get there, it's 3 other black guys on there. Woo. Huh.
So you wonder what they did to get there.
I told him no. What y'all do? And this is why when I walk in a room, heads go down. Behind my back, I'm nothing. I'm just a regular old comedian that's bitter and jealous. But in my face, no, no, no. The king has walked in and they have to respect it only because I've not taken the shortcuts. I've not been funded. They pay you to not talk about things they don't want you to talk about. They tell you that themselves. I came in this business saying I was going to expose. When I talked about Michael Jackson, when I talked about R. Kelly, they canceled me for these things because why would you talk about another black dude? Race is not where the line is drawn. It's God's side and the other side. And we don't care nothing about the other side. Period. Period. All of these big dick deviants is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is. TG Jakes, any of them. All lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way. The truth is the light.
I need to have another one of these.
Amen, amen.
Shit.
That's interesting. Pause real quick. Megyn Kelly said something pretty similar about Epstein with his reveals that have been going on this week.
Mm-hmm.
That this is supposed to be a big year on stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting how it unfolds. If it's...
You know, I mean...
The Epstein thing seems like the perpetual carrot for election cycles.
Yeah, I mean, but what are they doing? Like,
Okay, so sorry, you said Epstein's and who said the same thing?
She said Megyn Kelly
Megyn Kelly
on one of her Sirius XM shows or something was talking about the Epstein disclosures that have been, the unsealed documents that have been released.
Yeah.
There's been like 4 rounds, I think, this week.
oh yeah.
Anyway, she ended it with saying that she doesn't, like, this isn't the last we've heard of any of this year, and she even implied that you may hear from him specifically. And I don't think that like Epstein didn't die or anything like that, but like you might hear from his own voice before he was killed as to what really.
Oh yeah, like they have recordings.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's interesting that I hear that over here on the Epstein topic, the same mentality. Like this is it. This is the year. It's coming out.
Oh.
And now you hear Katt Williams saying the same thing.
Okay.
So what I like to listen to is the different genres, different groups.
All have
What
the
overlaps?
same shit.
What's the same story?
Yeah.
Where's the main push? And there's a.
Okay, so since we talked about that,
But we're wrapping up.
good.
Sorry.
No.
There's,
You're good.
there's like 2 minutes, 3 minutes left.
Let's
I'm getting out of here.
Right.
skip
Yeah.
30 in.
After that, I don't really.
He takes 2 drinks. And he's like, I don't know what I'm doing right now.
Right.
Oh yeah, no.
We good now?
Because the people want to know.
He said,
why
like,
did you
I
get
heard-
blackballed?
Yeah.
Oh, because
I caught
because in
something
30
earlier. He
years,
said he
I've
talked for
done
30
nothing
minutes
but
before they
collect
even like started.
information, knowledge, and your secrets. So if you and a man was in a corner doing something you wasn't supposed to be doing, I know so many things I shouldn't know, and they all know it. They all know it. Why? Because you don't make me the villain. Not the guy that raises black children and ain't never done a hard drug in his life and don't have no stories of doing nobody dirty. And they'll just go out and they'll lie. The industry doesn't mess with Katt because he didn't show up for the studio. No studios have ever said that. Look at my IMDb. It will show you that no studio has ever lost money with me on the script. How? Do you know what the #1 job of somebody that sold their soul in Hollywood is?
What?
Is to act like it didn't happen. They all do the same job. Now, I've had to turn down $50 million 4 times. 4 times. Just to protect my integrity and that virgin hole I was telling you about.
Didn't Dave Chappelle do the same thing?
Because P. Diddy be
when
wanting to
he
body.
walked away
And you
5 years
gotta
ago or
tell him
something?
no.
I don't remember the whole story with Dave Chappelle, but
He was like, no, he just like went to Africa.
I don't know the entire story, but he walked away from a $300 million deal with Netflix.
Yeah.
He's left on it, bounced on it.
no, wait, it wasn't even Netflix, was it?
It was Comedy Central. Sorry.
Yeah,
Comedy Central. I apologize. Comedy Central.
Yeah, where are they at right now?
Yeah. Yeah.
I used to like Comedy Central for that
You
stuff.
got to tell him no. I did. I did. See, I got the receipts for everything I'm telling you. That's why I just say I'm so
He's like, bro, this is a bit.
What did you just say?
You here? Get your number.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. I did tell him no. And P. Diddy be wanting to body. And you gotta tell him no. You got to tell him no. I did. I did. See, I got the receipts for everything I'm telling you. That's why I can say them so freely.
Can I need a number? You here? Get your number.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Come on.
Because early on you was accusing me of being...
Katt, man.
Because I'm favored by God. Like, when I see people's wives and stuff, I don't even look at them. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to look at nothing I don't want to have. Because I know how blessed I am. If I look at it, I got it.
Yeah.
That's how Diddy be feeling.
Now, come on, man. Come on. So, you're not supposed to look at anything that you don't want.
Not me personally, just because God has given me literally everything I ever even pump faked like I want. And that's the whole thing. That's the whole thing is I don't have a type of woman. Every woman that I ever had as a type, I ended up getting her. Now she's not the type anymore. Now I understand that every woman is a one of one. Like, you can't really have types. Mm-hmm. They canceled me for talking about Harvey Weinstein.
So that's it. All right, so Ruin. That's okay. Go ahead. You were about to say something when it was over. You said,
No, it's fine.
All right.
So there's some crazy shit he's putting out there as far as like what it takes to become famous and really famous. Like, you know, like if
Probably their generation. He's older than I am.
Yeah.
Ice-T's older than I am. Bernie Mac is unfortunately, you know, is passed away. You know, a lot of these people are old as shit. Yeah, probably 20 years ago, 30 years ago, maybe even, you know, up into the probably harder. I'm sure there are plenty of people that can get paid doing stuff and not compromise who they are too much now because there's not the force to go through strictly Hollywood. You know, like this. Well, like this in general. We could possibly make money from this, or you know, you could possibly make money from doing anything else. But it's like, where are you, you know, getting that from, and where do you decide to stop taking money from it?
Yeah.
You know, most of these people seem
you
like
compromise your morals to
yes. I mean, but
that's
it's always the devil in the details. You know, he sold his soul to Hollywood. You sold your soul to the devil. Which one is which? Is it one and the same? Is it one parroting the other because some people see what's happening and you just get stuff pumped out through it?
Well, he was saying, you know, like basically, like, it was like, you know, I guess an organization of people that you know, offer you your wildest hopes and dreams if you just do what they want.
That's well what it is.
Yeah. And that's
I mean, there's the term casting couch for a reason, and that's like the absolute most horrible thing you could think of. And it was directed strictly at like, you know, one particular, you know, well, I would say majority at that time probably openly known as one particular sex, but I'm sure there's the others with their proclivities and what they want.
Yeah.
But you know, it's obviously, I mean, we're young, and that's a term that I know. Or, you know, we know. So it's like, it's obviously something that's in the norm and known as a social thing. So this is no different.
He talked about fucking Harvey Weinstein wanting to suck his dick, is what he said.
I don't know. I always thought Harvey Weinstein was a weird looking mofo. And he ruined poor Graham Norton's show, because I like Graham Norton. And he is related to that show, and it just killed it for a while, but because nobody would stream it. But
man,
all right. So if this is what we see from Hollywood, what are we looking at? Since it likes to pump out stuff either in a normality basis to make it, you know, normality, something to be more normal.
Yeah.
You know, so you get little doses of it, and it, you know, seeps in and inoculates you. What do you think?
Kind of conditions it.
Yeah, you know, you get conditioned.
You pre-programs you for it.
Yeah. You know, you get an acceptance of what may be the norm. I enjoy it. Fallout.
Yeah.
New Fallout on Amazon.
Yeah, so like you said, Fallout. That's like a game that maybe like makes it more realistic to live in a post-apocalyptic world.
Yeah. Is that where we going?
We can do it. Oh, is that where we're going?
I mean, is that where we're going? I mean, I agree we can.
Yeah, we can. We can. I mean, pretty much can.
You know, and that you said it earlier, man. It's a lot of death. It's a lot of loss of life, and I acknowledge that. It's like the lemming line. Do you really miss the line of lemmings that are just standing there going to the get their Starbucks, their Stanley Cup?
Stanley Cups? Oh, dude, yeah.
The new phrase I heard, lemming line, and the way the guy referenced it was like, you have a bunch of lemmings that just, you know, or I guess one phrase that you said, NPC.
Thing.
They're just,
they're NPC.
They're just coming in.
There's a lot of NPCs.
You've got, you know, like you get a big city and you get everybody fluxing in like little rivers flowing into a major spot. And they all just follow the line. And sometimes, man, it's like, nah, bro.
But that's I don't human nature. That way. It's human nature for the most part. You know, and this is what I think.
So what steers those?
All right. Okay. I think this is a good basis for what our show is about. Is one, looking at social constructs. We are in America, obviously, anybody that's watching, and you could look at us, and I believe that social networks that are done through the government are not necessarily bad in some cases. I think that if you look at any society coming up through history, or, you know, if you just think about your family or neighbors or your neighborhood, or if you live in a small town, especially if you're something that's, you know, a town that's farmers or something like that, everything is, or, you know, you're way out in the wilderness and you have a small community. There is very much social behavior. You are all working to help each other. And I think that is always the way that it is when there are small groups. You get to a certain population size, and I don't think that stuff works very well in our current system. We've never been able to figure it out.
Yeah.
You know, but we still like it. We still do it. It's just, it never really works properly at this scale. But when we look at things like what we're seeing on here and stuff like that, you're going to look at, you know, systems like that grow in, and how well do they work? You see systems like this that is entertainment, but you end up getting the South Park or the Simpson, you know, effect.
Yeah.
Where are they forecasting stuff? Are people just very good at, you know, having imagination and their own thoughts coming out in what they may see? And if so, man, are they like the soothsayers of the generation?
Yeah.
But, you know, where is some of that going? You know, where are we hitting? you know, what are we doing as far as a society?
Yeah.
You know, to look at that stuff. And, you know, but many people like to be individuals, you know.
Yeah.
Everybody would rather be on 1 acre of land probably by themselves or with their family than be living 20 feet from somebody else in an apartment complex.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah. I mean, as a futurist, I always kind of pictured my end of life as like a kind of Blade Runner type situation, where it's just, you know, like a dystopia of American culture confined into just little tiny rooms that everyone lives next door to in.
Yeah, but that would be such a huge population. Like our population now, as far as land coverage, is ridiculous. Like there's so much more land than there are people.
Yeah,
you know, it's just the only thing.
But not all of it. Not all of it is like
not all of it's habitable. Yeah. I mean, obviously, but that's
under certain conditions.
That's when you find,
and it changes and rotates. So it's like, you know.
So when you find the Sahara and you put solar panels on 20-foot poles all the way through it, you know, or not the Sahara, but you know, somewhere in a pasture, and you collect energy and you let cows graze underneath it, or you know, farming or something like that. But I think it's a good idea of an overlook of what we all kind of generally view on the show and
I like
where things will progress and our topics.
Yes, definitely will incorporate this whole thing with the you know, him. I mean, it's like I said, in one aspect it looks like he's, you know, crazy. On the other aspect, maybe he's perfectly sane and everyone else is crazy, and that's kind of how it looks to me. And it's some wild shit he's spitting, and you know, that's kind of it's, if he's, you know, he's talking about secrets and everything coming out in 2024, and you know, everyone's, you know, there's no more hiding, everything's been documented. That's kind of wild, as far as like, you know, if everyone has something on them, like if you know, like you said, the digital age, if everyone's being recorded, videoed, and everything everywhere we go, and everyone's doing this nefarious stuff, they got you. They got it locked up. They got it ready to use on you, and then you do what they tell you to do, or you don't get to do anything.
Yeah.
And then you got you know, so that's a whole crazy thing on its own. And I guess we'll wrap up the first official episode we're releasing, and
on to the next one.
On to the next one. See you next time.